All right. Hello, hello, hello. Now, let's see how good we're doing right now. Yes. Okay. So I am on YouTube. All right. All right. There we are. Woohoo! We are live. We are live. We are live. Sorry, it's been a Monday. It has been an absolute Monday, and I just needed to make sure that we were on YouTube because honestly, I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to happen. But we are here, and why aren't you publishing? Oh, because I didn't put a picture. All right. You guys you know how it is when you're live. It's just, all right. So we are live. I will tell you this. I have watched Starfleet Academy, 2 episodes I had to play catch up on. I caught up on both of them. I like this last one better than the week before. Yay Tilly, but it was a little predictable. I thought it was like a little predictable with Tilly's story, but the Doctor and Sam, I loved their story. I didn't watch Voyager that much, so I forgotten about his family and everything. So I thought that was really, really well done. But I absolutely love this cliffhanger episode that isn't even the last episode. Believe it or not, it's not even the last episode, and that's what's really exciting. As we've got a couple more to come, and we will talk much more about Starfleet Academy. But my guests are out roaming the streets of Los Angeles, and they've parked themselves, and they're on a phone just so that they can be here with us, which I find incredibly, wonderfully fun and incredibly, wonderfully them. They were out on an evening constitutional, and they just said that they were just going to stop. So anyway, I am so glad that they're here joining me once again for what is going to be, I'm sure, another absolutely amazing, amazing conversation. So please, without further ado, allow me to welcome the one and only John Billingsley and his lovely wife, Benita, because we're not even going to do the whole last name thing. Hi, guys.
Wait, I want to hear you try and take a stab.
All right. I've been practicing.
Okay.
Friedericy.
No.
Very close.
No.
Very close. I'm fine with it. It's free.
Thank you, Bon. Friedericy.
Yeah.
So free. Cool. Like free bird. Like
free is free and easy. Friedericy.
See, the fried and greasy is what threw you off.
The only reason.
Stop it, John.
Because I was
You're gonna make me revert. Friedericy.
Now, Friedericy. To say that you make us sound really noble, like, we're taking a walk, but we want to make sure we talk to Stephanie. We fucked up. We forgot that we had a podcast with you, and I had set the alarm, and it went off. I have to talk loud, Bonnie. I have to. People who are walking by can just lump it. Because make sure that our fans are hearing us. I set the alarm, it went off, and Bonnie and I, 2 or 3 glasses into our dinner, went, oh, fuck. We have a podcast. So we found a little nook here at the farmer's market in LA.
Just a little quieter.
Bonnie's insisting that I talk quietly, even though we're outdoors. It's not like we're in a restaurant.
We're in a wind tunnel, so I was trying to keep us out of the wind so it's echoing.
But why she cares what complete strangers think about us is a mystery to me.
Well, we're going to be talking about Trek Talks and the Hollywood Food Coalition, so publicity. Talk loud, get people interested.
Good point. Yo, go ahead, whatever.
I'm married like a shy, retiring flower who doesn't want to raise her voice. I don't understand it. How did that happen to me? That's not my nature.
Yeah,
opposites attract.
Pardon?
And opposites attract, and you can pronounce her last name. I thought those were pretty much
attract, and you can. I'm gonna now.
Yeah. We have to talk loud because there are people sitting nearby and they're talking too. So we have to talk over them. No, that's not
true. We have to talk loud because you can't hear, apparently.
It's important to speak up. It's important to speak up, and elocution's important too. I want to make sure.
You're actors. That's important.
Hi and good evening, Stephanie. It's lovely to see you and speak with you.
It is always lovely to see you and speak with you guys. Absolutely.
Friedericy.
Bonita Friedericy. It is always lovely to see.
Very good.
You spelled it phonetically for me on that envelope you sent me, and I don't know where that envelope went. I should just have it like tacked up somewhere.
You're not alone. Also, nobody can pronounce Denobulan, so you know. And
Denobulan,
as I recall.
Denobulan. A Denobulan and a Borg walk into a farmer's market.
That's because you've been practicing. Back in the day, I think we had to do a lot of work with you on Denobulan.
Now, I have to admit, John is just completely edging me out of the camera.
Well, fight for the frame, Bonnie. Fight for the frame, for God's
sake. Honestly, it's Bonnie's phone. So because John couldn't figure out how to get his on. So.
That's true. It's a community property state, though.
I'm perfectly fine with just having a portion of my eyeball on camera. It's just interesting that he just can't.
No. Here, I tell you what. There you go. I think. There you go.
I'm gonna have to start handing out Dramamine if you guys don't stop it.
No, I understand that. Anyway, you did when you're talking, you just talk.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, now what happened?
Okay, hang in there.
All right, Bonnie's got this. John, honestly, guys, John logged on and couldn't get anything, and Bonnie's got it down.
There it is.
So,
all right.
Okay, so
hold on yourself while you ask John some questions.
All right, we'll pass it back and forth.
We'll let people have a peaceful moment.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm well, John. How are you?
I'm good. We only had a couple of glasses of wine. I know it seems like we're in the bag, but.
No, that's just your bubbly personality.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what we're saying anyway.
All right.
So the end of this month, March, I believe it's
March 28th.
Yes, March 28th. Something is happening.
Saturday from 10 to 6. Trek Talks number 5. 8 hours of Star Trek entertainment. A Jerry Lewis-style-esque telethon to raise money for the Hollywood Food Coalition.
Woohoo!
We have some amazing guests, including an exclusive interview with Paul Giamatti. We've got folks from all the different iterations of Star Trek appearing. I can't even begin to tell you all the things we got. It's going to be tons of fun. As always, we'll have interstitial bits and bobs about the Hollywood Food Coalition. Yes, we're very excited, and particular kudos to the producing team who really have done an amazing job this year. I am really now pretty much just the pretty face helming the show. In years past, I actually did some of the heavy lifting, but this year it's my team that did all the work. God bless them.
If you're the pretty face, then what's Bonnie Gordon?
Bonnie Gordon will also be co-hosting, but it's the Trek Geeks, and it's Trek Movie, and Roddenberry Entertainment, and the Sci-Fi Sisters as 4 podcasts who are participating as co-producers. They've organized the show. They're doing all the publicity and the promotion and the marketing. The folks at Hofoco are helping to run the auction, as well as providing the interstitial material. I have become completely useless. Also, I'm a kept man. Let's talk about Bonnie's amazing career, because I don't have to work anymore.
First of all, let's just shout out from Dave Gregory. He does volunteer whenever he's in LA after Las Vegas.
Yay! Yes, he does. Thank you so much.
Dave is awesome. We love Dave.
Yeah, Hofoco, I should say, is going great guns. We're rescuing more food than ever. We're sharing it with more organizations than ever. We are integral in a lot of conversations about food rescue and social service provision in Los Angeles, as well as continuing to serve a hot meal to all comers 7 nights a week. We've expanded the array of services we provide to people who show up at our doorstep, from haircuts to bicycle repair, as well as medical, dental, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So still a great organization doing amazing work for people in need.
Yeah, I talk about you guys often. I just started going to this really great breakfast spot near my house. It's a chain. It's called, have to give them a shout out, Federal Chicken and Donuts. They have these very cool made on premises donuts. They have like the best breakfast sandwiches, and they don't do food waste. They make sure that they find some place for their food to go at the end of the day. And I had a wonderful conversation with the owners of that particular franchise the first day that I went. And it was amazing talking to them and hearing how they make sure that nothing goes to waste and that they're helping the community.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's really become special to me is, down the years of doing the work with the Food Coalition and promoting it through Star Trek is above and beyond whether anybody might want to contribute to the Hollywood Food Coalition. The awareness that's been raised throughout the country from people in Star Trek who've turned around and said, what's happening in my community? How could I get involved in food rescue, food saving in my hometown? There's so much wonderful work out there just in that one niche. Yeah, it's been really gratifying.
Yeah, and it's gratifying to hear other people doing it around the country, because I know that we had talked before about Hollywood Food Coalition being a model for other regions and other places to kind of take, but it's a lot. It's a lot what you guys do.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many wonderful organizations, and I would never want to say that ours is, is never a hierarchical question. It's just a question of individual not-for-profits learning from other not-for-profits what they might not have thought of before. One of the things that, I'd love to have Bonnie talk about, she stepped down from running it, but we're approaching the 6th year of our Sunday lunch bag program. You want to talk about that, Bonnie?
We'll just keep this way. And no, sure. I mean that has been. And Stephanie, you know a lot about the lunch bags and stuff like that. But I think it's close to 900,000 lunch bags that people throughout Los Angeles have made in their homes with their children or with youth groups or with their churches or with, you know, any different kinds of ways of coming together to put together lunches that are of all different kinds of meats, non-meats, vegetarian, whatever, so that people have choice when you're handing out lunch bags. And then we created a system to accept these lunch bags and then give them to organizations in need of food to support their programs. Lunch bags being an extremely safe and convenient way of starting a conversation and giving services to other people because it's right here. It doesn't have to be hot. You can go out in the field with it. So we've created this system, and that started by accident in March of 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. And 6 years later, never missed a Sunday. At the height of the program, 7,000 lunches across Los Angeles were being made by 13 communities, being distributed throughout Los Angeles to 45, at least 45 different organizations that then went out and gave those lunches responsibly out to people in need. And it's still going. And I'm not doing it anymore. I was able
Now,
to.
speaking of not missing a Sunday, before you retired, I think you only missed one Sunday.
I
Was there
personally missed a couple of Sundays. The
just a
organ,
couple?
but the Sunday program never
Never.
missed a
Never
Sunday.
met. No, I know, but not. I'm just saying, out of
Once in a blue
everything.
moon, I would drag Bonnie out of town. But she fought me. She fought me. She was kicking and screaming. I guarantee you.
Well,
Well,
continuity
you.
is amazing. It's important and
Yeah.
to make sure people understand. But the fact that it is still continuing, and the person who has taken over from me, who is brilliant, John Burke, has streamlined it and is still never missing a Sunday because we believe that that consistency is important to everyone. To knowing there is a system in place that you can depend on, even though there was the LA Marathon this weekend. There's been an LA Marathon for like four years of the lunch bags. LA Marathon, the streets closed down. You have to figure out
Right.
how to get the cars in, and people can't get across streets and stuff like that. You know, you have the Oscars, you have a whole bunch of
Right.
obstacles.
We've done it on holidays. If Christmas falls on a Sunday,
Absolutely,
we still
done
do
it
it.
on Christmas, done it on
But that's
Thanksgiving.
that from the ages, from the get-go, the organization, which had been around for many years before we got involved, pushing 40 years now, hasn't missed a single night in terms of its core service, which is serving a multi-course meal to all comers 7 nights a week. And it was always predicated on the idea that people should have a choice. They should be served with dignity and compassion, that this may be the only meal some folks are going to get today. So let's make sure they have an option: vegetarian, vegan, carnivorian. It's been a privilege of a lifetime to get to work with these folks and to get to work with this organization.
It's also the idea that 7 nights a week, which is incredible that this organization, we were so attracted to it because, you know, in 35 years, 7 nights a week, every day a year, right? the fact is that doesn't happen. Churches serve 3 times. I mean, they're amazing. The support groups that serve food are amazing, but it's weekdays, Monday through Friday. It's weekends, Saturday and Sunday. It's 3 nights a week. It is not 7 nights a week. Saying, do you understand? People are starving.
And there are exceptions. There are entities that do provide nightly service, but they candidly had a hell of a lot more of a structure in place than our gag did. That when we joined was like, how are you guys doing it without any money and without any staff?
When we joined from Santa Monica to downtown, we were the only organization that served food 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And consistency is important. People knowing where they can go, where they can feel safe and respected, is important.
Yes.
So,
yeah, and
so
the fact that often they can have the same faces because the volunteer response is to want to come on a regular basis.
Right. Which means when people need to, again, back to their safety, maybe they need to talk to somebody, maybe something's happened to them during that day, to see a familiar face and to know that there's a trust there if they need to talk to somebody. That is so important as well, because like you said, it's not just about the food.
Yeah, and it's long, been our hope and wish and goal, although it's difficult, is to really fight for one-stop shopping centers in our city. And I think this is one of the things that is important for social service provision everywhere. People should be able to come to one place and have access to every service they need, from law services to medical services to a good meal to, if they need an emergency bed, you name it. Right now, LA, which is one of the biggest cities in the country, people have to run from pillar to post to get all the various services they need. Needless to say, there are a lot of cracks, and people fall through those cracks. When you read about some of the entities that exist, particularly in Europe, that provide that kind of one-stop shopping concept, it makes a fundamental difference to people's mental health. And mental health is really at the heart of it. People who are living on the streets, just by sheer dint of the fact they're living on the streets, are experiencing some mental health issues. If you want to help people, you need to be able to administer everything at once in one place.
Absolutely. And mental health goes so long, and hopefully that person getting back up on their feet. Because like you said, sometimes it's just, there but for the grace of God. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll on everybody emotionally. But if you can get somebody in the right headspace, feeling better emotionally, that can go so far for them to be able to get on their feet. So that's so
Trek
important.
Talks, having said all of this, Trek Talks is first and foremost fun.
Yes.
Fun.
With a huge side component of raising amazing amounts of money.
Yes, I call it a convention without pants. It's like getting to go to a convention, but you don't even have to wear pants. I know I
don't. Yes, which just makes us all very scared that you're going to stand up at one point because you're going to forget.
No, I stand up intentionally to demonstrate the thesis in my Batman in my Batman underpants.
Okay, so Captain Caffeine says he wishes that they had something like that in Washington because he has to I'm not sure, Captain Caffeine, so they have to rely on a food bank. Do you guys know any resources in Washington State?
Where in Washington State?
Throw that in the chat, Captain, if you wouldn't mind. But I mean, it's like I said, it's so important, and a lot of places don't have the same model, but there are resources. You just have to know where to look or know somebody who can help you.
Everything is information, and it would be because honestly, the Hollywood Food Coalition isn't a food bank, but the food distribution that we do in bulk is not for individuals. It's that nightly meal service. So it would be sort of honing in on if you can find access to a computer through a library, if you have a computer or your phone, saying available meal service for those in need or for free or whatever within your area.
I have never heard of this town.
Issaquah. I know Issaquah very well.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and I don't know what the particular service providers might be. But I think to Bonnie's point, there's so many churches that might provide meals once or twice a week. That's a way to go. It is interesting. I mean, to me, the nature of social service provision, it's detective work. We sometimes don't realize all the different things that do exist because we don't necessarily always scratch the surface of uh, churches, community groups, neighborhood groups, not for profits, city services, county services. Does anybody travel into your neighborhood or your community? Sometimes Kiwanis, social service organizations that are like that. And sometimes they need a nudge. Sometimes a group needs a call from somebody who says, "Hey, have you guys thought about doing something to help people in need in our community via food rescue?" Um, One of the things that we started doing ages ago was we started calling our friends and saying, "Hey, if we drive by on a Saturday morning, would you put 2 bags of groceries out front? And then we'll pick all the groceries up and we'll have a car full of groceries at the end of the day and we'll deliver them." The sandwich program has been really interesting because it's really been about getting people in the community, households, to say, I can dig into this. I can do a little bit more. That may not have value for the gentleman who's asking, but in terms of people who want to volunteer, I think that's how you build things.
Well, it's not sandwich; it's a lunch bag program. So you're actually getting a lunch. It's not just a sandwich. Is saying to people, make 10 lunches, which might cost you $15. You could probably, and you could do 10 to 15 lunches a week. And if you get your neighborhood, like 10 houses, to do 10 to 15 lunches one day a week, you've got 100 to 150 decent lunches at least once a week for people. I mean, you can look at, it's not asking people to do a ton. It's asking, and I have made, I've made between 5 and 100 and 150 lunches on my own to see what that feels like, to see what that looks like, and how much time it takes. And it's an ask. It's not a bad ask. It's a good ask.
It is. It is funny. I mean, this world we're living in right now, where the federal government is bound and determined to abandon its responsibilities towards its own citizenry, it's asking communities to step up and say, okay, we may be forced to do more with less than we've ever had to do before. And it is kind of incumbent upon us as citizens to figure out how to connect within our neighborhoods and across our cities to provide services for people in need. Uh, Again, I'm not necessarily answering the question asked by the gentleman about where to go.
But to the gentleman in Issaquah, what I could say is I'll look up where that is, and I will see if there is any organization I might reach out to and connect them to a website where they can see how the lunch bag programs are made. Like, it's really simple. It's for a neighborhood. It's like, you make these items, put them together. This is how you do it, and see if there's any interest there to try to at least do some lunch bags sometime during the weeks to support people.
Food rescue is challenging, of course, because people want things that they want fruit and vegetables, they want meat, they want dairy products, all the things that spoil. So a lot of the challenge of food rescue is transportation and refrigeration, and that's where it really does take a village. I wish it was. I wish it was easier to effectuate than it is, but there are a lot of wonderful people trying.
See, that's Captain would like to point out that they are female.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
Congratulations, Captain. I hope that didn't sound sexist.
Her name's Amanda. So, hello, Amanda. Thank you for joining us.
I don't know why we thought you were a guy, Amanda. Just something about your rock-ribbed solidity with which you said, Issaquah. It's very male. I don't know.
But if Bonnie gets me that information, I can absolutely post it on the chat for this particular program so that Amanda, if you check back, that's where the information will be. You can just check back on this particular stream of mine and it'll be there. But so You said you're gonna have Paul Giamatti? Is that what I heard on Trek Talks?
We've got Paul Giamatti, we've got Gates, we've got Picardo, we've got 3 or 4 of the folks from the Academy show.
Fantastic.
I think all the shows are represented, and as always, we've got all sorts of people from behind the scenes, directors and designers, and it's going to be another terrific event.
It's always a fun event. It's a great way to spend a Saturday. So it's 10 a.m. starts 10 a.m. on the West Coast, which makes it 1 o'clock here, which means I can get up, go out, have breakfast, come home, and just get ready to sit down and watch the fun.
10 to 6, obviously, you don't have to be there for all 8 hours. You can come and go, but it is also available to watch later on YouTube. In fact, you could binge all the previous 4 Trek Talks on YouTube.
There you go.
If you were a masochist.
And you might see, the comments are on there, always saying hi to everybody. Always saying hi.
4 years of Batman underpants.
There you go.
I tried to find a pair of Aquaman underpants, but I couldn't find any.
Wonder Woman. I would love to see you in those blue and star-spangled.
Many people would, Stephanie.
He's acting like he got the underpants in the first place. I mistakenly gave them to him for Christmas like 20 years ago.
20 years I've been wearing these underpants.
Got them at Target, gotta admit. I was just browsing.
Yeah,
I was walking by.
See what happens. What happens. But the other thing we want to say is, what is it?
Our short-lived superheroes phase. We won't go into that.
So it's happy anniversary. It's the 25th anniversary of Enterprise. So happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Creation is actually acknowledging it this time around, which is fantastic.
Yes. Well, they didn't acknowledge it last year because it's only 24 years, so I can't really.
No, but the 20th anniversary you guys kind of lost out. I think it was also over COVID, so you guys kind of lost out on the big 20th.
Well, you can kind of. I don't take it personally.
Oh, I know, but it'll be fun because there's actually Enterprise events happening.
I know.
Creation.
Isn't
that amazing?
I know, it's amazing, and I believe Linda's going to be there. Scott's going to be there.
Everybody but Jolene right now.
Well, now that Live Nation took a little bit of a dive, maybe Jolene's going to be out there looking for a buck. Who knows?
You know what? I've had
inside baseball. Inside baseball.
But I have my personal theory. I know that she kind of stopped because I believe she was treated very poorly.
Not by me.
Think by some fans, I believe is what I heard. So which is why one of the reasons she stopped.
Well, there's a good chance those fans are long dead. So I think she should. Well,
this is true. I think if they would just they could have her out for the day, just have her out for the Saturday.
Well, she's got 3 kids and she's married to a gajillionaire, and I think that's probably got a lot to do with it too.
Although she did step her toe out because she was spotted at the 2021 Star Trek Day event at the Skirball.
She of course was on was it Lower Decks?
Lower Decks. Lower Decks. She did T'Pol for Lower Decks.
Yeah. Where's Dr. fucking Phlox? Huh?
Lower Decks is over. I don't know. Maybe Scott has been talking about wanting to bring Captain Archer back to a whole President of the Federation thing. There's been talk, so maybe that's where maybe they're saving.
And at his age, he should have a personal physician in constant attendance.
Exactly. And who else but his trusted ship?
Trusted Denobulan sidekick. Exactly. I know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you? I don't think I haven't pitched that to Mike Sussman.
I wouldn't doubt it for a second. But Bonnie, we were talking before the show started. Bonnie has been on the Pit for anybody that watched. It's one of my favorite new shows on HBO.
Bonnie's got better news than that.
No, Bonnie's shaking her head at John because he's so retired right now. But go on, yes, dear.
Bonnie, talk about what else you're doing right now. Yes, she was on the Pit. Although it should be noted that she auditioned alongside her actual husband. They hired her and they replaced me with some other guy that they thought would be a better husband for her. Raspberries. Although that guy turned out to be 80, and I was like, oh, okay.
He said I was waiting for that. It actually makes John very happy.
That made me feel better. It's
older husband.
Apparently you needed an older husband.
Yeah. I don't. I'm working on the Amy Poehler and Mike Schur have a new show coming out called Dig. It's in production right now, so I'm working on that
with you, Lori.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very cool. Very
Bonnie's
fun.
in 8 out of 10 in the first season.
And we'll just leave it at that.
You can say a little bit more about it. What's it about?
all she has to say is Hugh Laurie, and I'm in. Does he have
It's
his
about-
accent, or is he doing the American thing again?
We'll just leave it at that.
No, we're not. We're not going to leave it at that.
Yeah, we are just gonna. We are just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that.
Bonnie does not understand the concept of what a podcast is supposed to be about.
Self-promotion.
No, it's very fun. I'm very happy to be on it, and there you go.
4 female archaeologists. There, I got it in.
Oh,
yeah.
Fun. Are we going to see him in one of those cute little hats?
No.
I'm not going to be able to say any more.
He doesn't know much more, and he's not going to say any more. We'll just leave it.
All right. Bonnie hides her light under a bushel. Is all I can say. I don't know why.
Anyway, yes,
congratulations.
Glad you're enjoying the Pit, and I can say with the Pit, what a pleasure to work on that show. They are everything you think they are. Amazing.
Oh.
And the actors are amazing. The entire crew is amazing. It's such a decent.
And you are the second Star Trek link to that show because Issa Baronis was in 2 seasons of Picard.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if there are other Star Trek guest stars who were on the Pit as well, but maybe Bonnie's the second Star Trek link.
I'm trying to think if I usually get really excited when I see like Star Trek people pop up, especially if I know them personally. So I'm trying to think. Issa, I was incredibly excited. Issa is wonderful. I don't know if you've met her at any conventions.
I did. I met her on a cruise a couple of years
on
back.
the cruise. She's just so sweet. I met her after a play. They did a play a couple years ago.
I remember that.
Mary Chifo's partner, Maddie, wrote it.
Yeah.
And then Mary was in it, and Blue DeBarrio narrated it, and Issa was also in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Maddie's in San Diego, I think, in grad school. I think she should be out by now, maybe.
Maddie's awesome. The two of them together are fantastic. They're such a talented couple.
Yeah, I love that.
Such a talented couple.
Maddie auditioned to get into the grad school when she was on the cruise 2 years ago with Mary Chifo.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we were walking by as she was doing her amazing audition.
Her Hamlet audition, yeah. It's like, wow, hardcore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is hardcore.
Yeah.
That is hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Pit fans. Captain Caffeine, loved House, is excited to see you in the Pit. I just told her it was episodes 8 and 9.
Is this the same captain as before, or is this a different captain?
Yes. Nope, same captain as before, Amanda, okay. Captain Caffeine.
Right.
But so Noah Wiley, I've watched since ER, so I'm really excited to hear that he's a good guy.
Oh, he is wonderful. He is really. I mean, it's the real deal, and how they treat everybody on set, what they ask of everybody, and how they. I was telling John, I noticed that they actually have a free library on set that they've established because you're not allowed to have cell phones. You need to come to set knowing your lines. You don't get sides. You don't get to carry cheap notes, and
oh my god,
you don't have your cell phones. So everybody's invited to bring a book that they've read that they think is great and they like, and they have like a background person who has now organized it into a library by sections, science fiction.
Oh, that's amazing!
Stuff so people read on set,
just like the good old days.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's see. Dave has another comment. Love seeing you on the Pit. Your episode was so heartfelt with your daughter on the. Yeah, that's a tough storyline. That's a tough storyline. But yeah, it's. Yeah, no, it's. I always love when I see people that I'm friendly with pop up on shows that I'm watching because the same thing happened. Well, I knew you were going to be in Tracker. You told me. I think you told me about Tracker before I saw it. So.
I'm a kept man these days, Stephanie, which I really want to keep emphasizing. This has been a lifelong dream of mine. Even when I was a boy and I thought I wanted to be a kept boy, I didn't, of course, achieve that. But I am very happy to be an old kept man. I just sit around in my underpants reading books all day long. It's heaven.
Hanging with the cats. How are the cats?
The cats kind of would wish I would leave the house a little more often than I do, but they're otherwise good.
Several people just walked by us as John shouted out that he just likes being a kept man, sitting around in his underpants, and there were kind of a few looks of like,
Fuck him.
no, it wasn't that, honey. It was bemusement. If
bemusement. All right. Well, that's what we're going for. We're going for bemusement.
Well, I mean, come on. I wouldn't mind being kept so that I could sit around and play with my dog and read a book. And
I know.
I mean,
well, I'm sorry. You know what? If you'd gotten here a little bit earlier and you'd been able to pronounce Bonnie's name, you could have had her. But instead, you're a day late and a dollar short. Yeah.
Damn it. Well, you know what, though? I don't think anybody could compete with you, John, in Bonnie's heart. So I think we're good.
There are days when I think she might take exception to that. But yeah, most of the time. Most of the time.
Amanda said the gum band in the last episode of The Pit. I had a flashback to living in Pennsylvania.
What's gum bands? I don't watch The Pit.
It was a roll of rubber bands. There's a ball. Okay. Did you ever make a ball out of rubber bands?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, it was a big preoccupation of mine when I was younger. Well, I was practicing to be a kept man. Did a lot of gum band rolling, and
because you figured that would be what would attract you to attract a sugar mama.
Yeah, more for my own delectation. But yeah, gum band. That's called a gum band. Who knew? I didn't know.
I'm just gonna keep nodding my head.
Did a ball of rubber?
I mean, I lived in Pennsylvania for 10 years, and I've heard some things, but I've never heard a gum band. So
I'm taking it. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, regional stuff,
What's the word that nothing
Casbah
wrong with
agrees with you.
Yeah, the Casbah.
You rock that Casbah, baby. Sorry, John, what were you going to say?
I didn't get my pants on until 4 this afternoon, in point of fact. That silenced the crowd.
John, as long as you're happy doing what you do, that is what's important.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I just nod.
It's also a little game. It's called the game of, can I get out, get the newspaper, check the mail, just generally kind of make sure the house is not falling down in my underpants without anybody seeing me? Or if they do see me, what would the reaction be? Bonnie's looking away. She's checking out the people who are walking by to see what their reaction is to all this conversation about me in my underpants.
It's really funny, actually.
I'm starting to hear sirens.
This last one was this.
Yeah, it's somebody visiting LA. I saw the strangest thing. A vaguely recognizable, I think he might be a serial killer, a child molester on television. He was talking about walking around in his underpants outside. It's right in the public square he was talking with his wife.
Yeah.
That's really not.
On the phone.
It was two people sitting on a bench that are really old.
That's my out-of-towner voice.
That's your out-of-towner voice?
I'm from out of town.
You must not meet a lot of tourists.
Well, they usually are running away from me. I got made fun of when I moved to Washington. Bologna is called jumbo.
Oh, this is referencing gum bands.
Bologna is called jumbo in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Because I lived in Washington, and I don't remember anybody ever calling bologna jumbo.
Like I said, I lived in central Pennsylvania for 10 years, and the one thing I learned was red up. That's a phrase. It means to clean something, red up.
Isn't there some word they use in Philly that is sort of like the all-purpose word, or Jersey? Is it that it's debatable whether it means anything in particular, but it's peppered into conversation? Obviously, I'm not remembering what it is.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Yeah, because I was gonna. I mean, we got yuns.
It's not
something.
Yeah. What did you just say? What was it? You just said it.
Yuns.
Yeah.
Yuns. Yuns. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just dropped in periodically. It doesn't mean anything.
Young ones.
No, it's
all of you. Like yuns. You yuns want to go to Wawa. It's like y'all want to go to Wawa.
Oh, all right, maybe I might be thinking of something else. I'm not thinking of jagoff, although I like that word. What a jagoff. The first time somebody called me that, I thought, is that a good thing? I'm a jagoff. That sounds kind of impressive. I can jag off. I'm a jagoff. Yeah, I realized it's not. It was an insult. Look at my poor long-suffering wife. Look at how she suffers. Oh dear.
How long have you guys been married? On your next anniversary, how long will it be?
4,000 years.
How long will it be, Bonnie? We've been together for 28 years, right?
We've been together for 28. We will have been married for 27.
And happy for 23.
Maybe going down.
Happiness is relative.
Yeah, maybe going down to 22. That's right. Now, I think the 23 have been established. You can't go backward.
Sure you can. You've gone all over the map with
reevaluate the years and say, come to think of it.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
Just keep pulling out those underpants every year.
All right.
So, and you guys are your next convention is going to be STLV.
Yes, and we're coming in.
You're both going to be there.
We're going to be there the whole time. So, yeah. And we're not.
And I hope.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I hope our booths are near each other again, because, you're very entertaining if I'm just sitting at my booth.
You're going to have Vince Diedrich at your booth this year, I believe.
I am! Emmy medal winning Vince. He was just in New York a couple weekends ago for an Emmy, for the stunt.
Yes, and he appeared on your show. He appeared on your show recently.
And he appeared on my show recently, and he is going to be signing at my booth Thursday. He's coming in Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday. So he is going to be there for the gala, the Enterprise celebration on Saturday. I already got that worked out.
Nice.
So he's going to be with all of you at the celebration.
Nice. I wonder if Scott's going to join that celebration or not. I bet he doesn't. It'd be nice if he does.
You think he wouldn't want to?
Well, they bring him in for an afternoon, and he does a dog and pony show of his own and sign stuff, but I think it's on a separate day than the Enterprise event, so I doubt he'd stay over. It'd be nice if he came.
It'd be nice. Although they're only charging $159 a ticket for 20 people. I felt like
oh, okay.
I felt like that wasn't Scott Bakula pricing.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
and if Dom comes, it'll be less expensive, of course.
It'll go down. The Keating discount. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah, they got to cover the open bar costs. So yeah, they got to.
We can be.
Oops, was that up?
He's not going to watch this. We can make all the Dominic Keating jokes we want. I know he's out there on a podcast somewhere making jokes about me.
I don't know. It's been, you know what? It's been so long since I watched the Decon Chamber. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. And now I just saw Frakes the other day, because we do. I guess I should also get a plug in for our PanCan, Pancreatic Cancer.
Yes, absolutely.
Action Network, the other team I'm affiliated with, Kitty Swink and Armin Shimmerman and the wonderful Jonathan Frakes and Manny Cotto's brother, Juan Carlos Cotto. We walk every year in April, at the end of April, on April 25th, for something called Purple Stride, which is a cross-the-country fundraiser to raise money for a wonderful organization called the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. My mom died of pancreatic cancer. Frakes' brother died of pancreatic cancer. And, of course, Kitty Swink is a 22-plus year survivor. But I was going to say, Frakes and Spiner have a podcast now, too.
Yes, they do.
And they're getting like the upper echelon guests. I didn't even ask if I could be on his podcast. It's like they're getting all the fancy pants people.
I forget. I just a clip ran across my Instagram the other day, and it was them talking to somebody. And right off the top of my head, right now, I cannot remember who it is. But thank you for reminding me, because I would love to get Armin and Kitty on the show to talk about PanCan. We keep missing our windows of opportunity.
I will let them know. I just gave them the kind of skinny on all the different podcasts and podcasters who might be interested. So and you were on that list. So
thank you.
Yes, of course. Never whirled enough in time, as you know.
Yes, exactly. And of course, big thank you, because we had so much fun talking to David Livingston as well. So
yay! David loves it. I know David, who's directed more episodes of Star Trek than everyone else put together. I think pretty much.
Yeah, no, David's amazing, and he actually. Well, the funniest part of that conversation we were talking in, he said if Star Trek was wagon train to the stars, then Deep Space Nine was Gunsmoke. And what was really funny about that is the week before, I did an entire show comparing Star Trek to Gunsmoke and how the writing and the lessons and the morality plays were very similar, because Gunsmoke had a lot.
What were we? Were we like we were like the Big Valley? What were we? I don't even know off the top of my head. I like this
Yeah,
game. I
God.
like this game though.
Figure out what Western all the Star Treks are.
Yeah, which Western would we be? Bonanza?
Oh,
No.
that's a no.
No.
Maverick.
Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, that's Discovery.
What?
Little
What's
House on the Prairie.
Discovery? Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, but Little House on the Prairie is the one that had the dog.
I was just thinking of the relative earnestness of the show.
Oh, very true. Very
Yeah.
true. I mean, I'm not that well. I mean, Gunsmoke is my personal favorite, as my as everybody knows. Out here in my fan base. Gunsmoke was my grandfather's favorite Western, so I started watching it and immediately fell in love, because he and I were very much. I always wanted to be a little cowgirl when I was growing up, and horses, and Marshall Dillon is just amazing.
I can see that.
Yeah, Marshall Dillon and for DeForest Kelly and Shatner and Nimoy and Jimmy Doohan all did episodes of Gunsmoke. That's another reason I love Gunsmoke. In 20 years, you got to see so many faces.
Yeah.
I just watched one the other day with Richard Dreyfuss.
There's a wonderful novel by Larry McMurtry, one of his lesser-known ones, the name of which is escaping me, but the protagonist is a young female director in Hollywood, Jill Peel, and she gets to know a couple of character actors who star in an obscure foreign movie that becomes a hit. And so they're lifted from like, gee, nobody ever wants to talk to us. I mean, we're used to being like the backup guest stars on Gunsmoke. And I always think it's like, oh, Bonnie, that's us. If somebody's darling, for any of you who are readers out there and love the great Larry McMurtry, this is one of the books he wrote that disappeared, but is a great book about Hollywood called Somebody's Darling.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Vince's dad worked on Gunsmoke, so that was another cool thing. Amanda said she was sorry to hear about your mom.
Oh, well, yes, I appreciate that. Many, many years ago, and back when pancreatic cancer had a survival rate of about 2%. So when my mother went into the doctor's office with back pains and stomach pains that she'd refused to have looked at, it was far too late. They gave her, a matter of months. Nowadays, the survival rate is up to 12 or 13%. And in part, it's because of this organization and what they do. It's really helped raise awareness so people now, when they have certain symptomologies, don't blow it off. And if you can catch it early enough, you got to whack. You got to whack.
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
my mom's friend is being treated for pancreatic cancer right now. Actually, she's going through it. So
my best. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, I will pass that along. But yeah, it's it's one of those things. It's like, you hear about it and you understand it, but then eventually it's gonna come close to you. There's going to be somehow where you're affected by it after.
Yeah, this group, they do a couple of cool things. One, they of course put money and time and energy into lobbying and research, and there's some very exciting, fingers crossed, potential. I won't say cures, but AIDS coming up. But they also, it's the organization you call and say, hey, I'm wondering if you can help me find a second opinion. I'm wondering if you can help me find a support group. This is my situation. What do you think I am not considering? They make sure that you're paired, partnered, teamed with somebody who can walk you through the the journey you're going to be on. It's really a pretty cool group.
Well, like I said, I would love to have them on to talk about it, and in my own little way help contribute. So
I will definitely, I will let them know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bonnie's phone is showing that we're running out of gas. So I just want you to be mindful. If we disappear, that's what happened. But we probably have maybe 5-ish minutes.
Okay, well then. I think your stories are really hitting home. We haven't had any questions, which is surprising. Usually there's at least 1 or 2 questions, but we'll give another couple minutes.
You want to throw it open to questions for the next 5 or 10 minutes?
I am throwing it open. Everybody, you're more than welcome to chat a question to John and Bonnie. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and fangirl out because they've done such amazing work on some of my favorite shows.
I always like it when people ask Bonnie embarrassing questions. So if anybody has an embarrassing question, look, it's happening already. It's what I love. Bonnie's making that long-suffering face that I love so dearly.
Because you answer the embarrassing questions better, so more people have fun asking you the embarrassing questions.
Bonnie answers the embarrassing questions very well. She just doesn't encourage them being asked in the first place. I consider that a character flaw. She doesn't have many character flaws, but that's one.
What?
Not looking to solicit the embarrassing question.
You do it for personal gain, usually.
Personal gain? I do it for amusement's sake, yes.
That's personal gain.
In public appearances, I give a prize.
Exactly.
A baggie full of my toenail clippings, which are erotically
That's
charged. As anybody who knows they know.
This is like it was like the first panel I ever saw you on. And I was working the mic for Creation and was in New Jersey. And that's the first time I ever heard you ask about the embarrassing. And I got in trouble for laughing because when you're working the mic, you're not allowed to react.
Really? You didn't get in trouble for Shirley.
No, I laughed. And one of the people came up and they're like, you're not allowed to laugh because I was standing right by the question mic. So.
Oh, raspberries to that. Yeah, they
exactly.
Clippings in Jersey. Bonnie, what's the most embarrassing thing John ever did to you? Oh, that's a good question. I like that. What's the most embarrassing thing that I've ever done to you, honey?
It's an ongoing. It's
exactly.
What's the
most embarrassing thing I've ever done to you?
Well, can someone do something that's embarrassing? See, I get physical. Is there someone doing something that's embarrassing to you?
I can think of one. Remember when I revealed a secret that I wasn't supposed to know in the first place?
That wasn't embarrassing. That was horrifying.
Oh, well, there's a thin line between embarrassing and horrifying.
A friend of mine had told me, well, I can say something about PETA, the organization they were working for. With their closest friend ran PETA, and they told me that they were moving to a new location and said, I shouldn't have told you, this is secret. We're not supposed to divulge this at this time. And I told John, and we went out to dinner with a whole bunch of people. And I had told John we're not allowed to say anything. And we're at dinner with a whole bunch of people.
Just 4 people.
Yes, okay, 4 people. Well,
like make it sound like there were 150 people.
There were 6 of us, but which is worse in a way. It was the person who was in charge of the PETA media. It was the person who told me, my dear friend, it was Loose Lips McGillicuddy over here.
Loose Lips McGillicuddy.
It was 2 other friends. And John, in the middle of the conversation, said, so how are we feeling about the new move to the new location? And there was just dead silence at the table because that was caused quite a rift there for a while with several people. But that was not embarrassing. That was horrifying. But I didn't get mad at you. I was stunned. Dear, did you really want that one?
Well, no. Well, it's the first one that came to mind. There's a thin line between embarrassment and horror. I'm kind of curious about that myself. What's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done to you? Interesting. It's funny because I feel like there should be so many different things. Bonnie's got thick skin.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that story you told in Germany where you dropped your pants, but you didn't do it to Bonnie, but she had to come out and like.
Well, that was actually that was simply, as I've said to many people, that was the first night at a convention in Germany. FedCon. Everybody was wiped out.
It was 11 o'clock at night.
The 2 panelists who'd been on before me, Nichelle Nichols and Edward James Olmos, both of whom are wonderful, but infinitely more earnest than I am. And the audience of 3,000 drunken German fans were frankly sleeping. And it was like 11 o'clock at night. So I came on without my pants, primarily to wake them up. And Bonnie rushed on stage to try and put my pants back on. And an hour of low vaudeville ensued, and we got a standing ovation. That was I think, one of our great marital triumphs.
I wasn't particularly embarrassed that he didn't have his pants on.
She's used to that.
Because you've gotten used to it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just seemed like it was an opportunity to deal with the pants.
Yeah.
And the pants
right.
came up, the pants came down, the pants came up, the pants came down, the
We-
pants came up.
That's very vaudeville.
Buckled them in the back.
We took this opportunity to get the moderator involved, and we taught him how, when you're a foreigner and you come to America and you come off the plane, one of the first things that happens is you get pantsed. It's how you get greeted. And so we showed you.
This was 25 years ago.
Yeah, showed you. As yes, nowadays it's much worse. Nowadays you get thrown into a gulag. But back in the day, we were a friendlier country, and it was a little less harsh. Somebody would distract you, somebody else would pants you. So we demonstrated that. Yes, it was fun, Captain Caffeine.
I love the name, by the way, Captain Caffeine.
Captain Caffeine 42. Presumably
42.
there were 41 Captain Caffeines before her.
Yes, that's what I was
Comes from a
thinking
long
myself.
line of Captain Caffeines.
So everybody remember to mark your calendars for March 28th.
Yep, Saturday.
So it starts at 10 a.m., which makes it 1 to 9 here. And again, like I said, go out, get yourself a pizza, sit at home. Pants or no pants, they're optional.
And pitch in. Support the Hollywood Food Coalition. That's our theme song.
That's a great White North, isn't it?
We stole it. Sue me.
Okay. Yep, you'll have plenty of opportunities to donate. It's easy. I've done it every year. It's very easy. Give butter, and you're done. And you're helping so many people. And is Roddenberry doing a match this year as usual, or you don't know yet?
We believe so. He keeps us in suspense every year, but from your mouth to God's ears.
Absolutely. So yeah, in the past 4 years, Roddenberry's done a match up to a certain dollar amount. So they usually at least double.
Yes. So in years past,
double the contributions.
He's donated as much as $50,000, and that's the hook. Let's make $50,000 to unlock the entirety of Rod's match. We have made that happen every year. So over the arc of the years, we've made, roughly speaking, $500,000. A little bit under, but yeah. So, woohoo!
So be there or be square, people. That's what I have to say. Next week on the show, we're going to have Rico Anderson, so I'm not going to be lonely again next week. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we'll just see. I've got a couple conventions to catch everybody up on, and some more. And we'll talk more about Starfleet Academy. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Starfleet Academy interviews. That'll be fun because I'm really enjoying the show. So
excellent.
I'm really going to enjoy that. John and Bonnie, as always.
Thank you for having us, Stephanie. Thank you for having us. Sorry that it's a little chaotic. I think we.
That's okay.
So here you can see the farmers.
You always
market.
do.
Hi.
Love a good farmer's market.
Hi. There you go. A couple people walking by. Well,
oh my goodness. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, Captain Caffeine, just look out when I get the information. I'm going to put it in the information for this show so that other people can have it. And that wraps it up. So until I see you all again, please do not forget to live long and prosper.